Okay, we're going to continue on with using our trig ratios, and there will be one difference in this section. If you can notice, even from both of these examples, we have an angle, but that angle doesn't have a measurement. And in all the problems you've done so far, we were able to take the sine of a 21-degree angle or the tangent of a 54-degree angle. Well, in this case, we're going to set the problem up exactly like we have. So you have to determine, am I going to use sine, am I going to use cosine, or am I going to use tangent? Well, notice we have the opposite side and we have the hypotenuse. Hopefully you recognize that we're going to use the sine. So I'm going to continue to set up the problem like I have. The sine of x degrees is going to be 15 over 24. And many of you will want to reduce that, which is great, to 5/8. Now, this is where the difference comes in. We cannot plug in sine of x on our calculator based on what you know so far. But what we can do is we have an inverse function. And so if you look at your calculator right now, right above where it says sine, in blue, you should see the inverse. And this is how we write this. We're going to go ahead and keep the x on the left. And then we write this the inverse of sine. So when you see that sin to the -1, what looks like it, we read this the inverse of sine. So since we can't take the sine of an angle, it's similar to how we do the opposite operation. You're going to take the inverse of sine since we don't have an angle measure. So what you're going to do in your calculator is you're just going to hit second sine, which that brings up the inverse of sine. And then you're going to plug in your 5/8. And I'm going to make sure I'm reading the directions. It wants me to go to the nearest degree. And so I should have x is approximately 39 degrees. Now, one thing that's hard for students is just this process of the inverse of sine. So ask yourself, how could I check it? Well, you can check it by now saying the sine of, and I would carry it out longer than the 39 degrees. I would actually probably put it exactly, at least several digits that your calculator gives you. Let's go out this far. So the sine of a 38.68219 degree angle, you can actually plug that in directly, 38.68219, and it's going to give you a decimal. Well, then if you do 5/8 or even 15/24, you should get that exact same decimal. Now, 5/8 is exactly 0.625, and since we didn't enter all of the digits, you're going to see that they're going to be right at 0.625. Now let's try another one. So let's look at example 2. I'm just going to erase this so it doesn't get in the way. So let's look at example 2, and here's our angle. And we have to determine, okay, what are we going to use? Are we going to use sine? Are we going to use cosine, or are we going to use tangent? So it looks like we do not have a hypotenuse, so that should give you a clue. I am going to use the tangent. And so I'm going to start my problem just like I always have. The tangent of x is going to be the opposite, which is 25, over the hypotenuse, which is 78. And now you need to determine, okay, how am I going to find that angle? Well, you can't plug in the tangent of a number, so I'm going to have to use the inverse of tangent. And so this is how we write this. I leave the x on the left, and then I write the inverse of tangent. And this is exactly how you'll enter it even on your calculator. So then I'll go and I will type in the inverse of tangent, 25 over 78. And remember, make sure you're in degree mode. And so The angle, if I'm going to the nearest degree, is 18 degrees. But remember, when you check, I would type in as many digits as you have, honestly. So you have the tangent of 17.77132 0.82 degrees when you go to check it. Okay,